Yeah, if y'all saw what this camera was standing on, y'all would be so nervous. Y'all would say, Brandon, what are you doing? You're so dangerous. I know.
What's good? How you doing? How you living? How you breathing? How you moving? So today's episode that I wanted to discuss is called There's Nothing in Between Thought and Action. And this is a very interesting conversation or monologue, if you will. I guess you can chat with me in the comments. But anyway, I think this is a very thought-provoking conversation because it really requires you to sit with what that really means. And what I mean by that is, if you agree that this statement is true, then you have to accept that in your own life, this has to be applied, or this also applies to you. If you think about something or something that you want to do, so say for instance, I'm hungry and I want to get some pizza. So I like pepperoni and sausage pizza. If I'm saying, okay, I'm hungry and I'm wanting to go get some pizza, that's the thought. What is the next thing to do after that? Of course, it is to go get pizza. It is to leave the house, or you have multiple options. You can either leave the house, get in your car, go walk to the pizza store. You can call it in and get it delivered. You can order it on the app. There are many ways that you can take action to get the thing that you thought of and the thing that you want. The question I would have is there anything in between that? Is there anything in between me thinking I want to get pizza and then acting on the thought? Is there anything in between that? The answer is no. There's nothing in between me wanting to do something or craving something or desiring something and the action that I'm going to take in order for that desire to come to fruition. And that's just so good to me, because it's like once you understand that, you can then act on that. And so this right now is a good example. I'm not feeling well, or I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Today I'm feeling much better. And while I'm supposed to be resting, so you can fuss at me later. While I'm supposed to be resting today, I said, well, why don't I was watching a video, a podcast online, Chris Wilmington and John Bellion, and it's actually really dope so far. As I was watching this podcast episode, it was just so encouraging and so mind stimulating to where I was like, okay, I feel like I need to get my camera and speak on this next episode since I wasn't able to do it last week, or I wasn't able to film it last week. Yeah, here we are. I'm glad that I'm taking the action. I am moving forward. I set the camera up, got the audio and stuff together, and we are now speaking and doing the thing that I actually thought of so long ago and putting it into it's live now. And many times we really, when I say we, I mean people, we wrestle with the fact of things just seem so far out of reach and so far away that we can't obtain them, and things that we desire and things that we dream of and we want, we can't have it because it's too big, or the idea is too big, or the dream is too wide, or it just seems so far away. But it's not. It's really not. You just have to actually take the steps to get to that point. And it's literally taking one step at a time. For me to get up right now and go to my kitchen, and let's just say the stove specifically, if I wanted to get and go in front of the stove, I can't take one step to get there. I literally have to take multiple steps. And I'm just going to guess, but maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 steps to get over there. And that's literally how life works. You have to take one step at a time to get to your destination. And many times, including myself, we tend to forget that, and we don't recognize that the trip is actually the most enjoyable part of it versus the destination. And if we can learn to enjoy the steps that we take to get to the things that we desire, the whole process itself, including the destination or the conclusion of the matter, will be so much more enjoyable, because we're not just so focusing on the end goal, but we are focusing on oh, tomorrow is going to be amazing. But even before we get to tomorrow, today is going to be great. Today is going to be amazing. Today is going to be productive. Today is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And then we get to tomorrow once today is over. And whatever we didn't get done today, it will trickle over to tomorrow. And that, you know what? That's okay. Like really, really. It's okay that everything, and I'm at this point, I'm talking to myself. It's okay that everything didn't get done in a day. Rome was not built in a day, as we hear that saying so often. The moment that you think of something, you only have two things that you can do after that. You can either choose to not do it or to do it. And it's that simple. When you just sit down and really think about this, that's all there is to it. Either you're going to do it or you won't. And I'll take it a step further. If you may not understand fully or if you may not agree, the brain is just an amazing thing. Like, we don't give our brains enough credit, okay? As humans, as a human species, I can go on a tangent about how amazing humans are, and we don't give ourselves enough credit on just the fact that we're here, like to this point in the modern day age. But that's another conversation. If I wanted to call my dad right now, mid this talk, and just talk to him about whatever, there's only two things I can do. I can either not call him, or I can pick up my phone, dial his number, and call him. It's literally that simple. And some things being that, and even if that's the case, like, that was more than one step. I had to pick up my phone. I had to unlock it. I had to go to contacts. I had to and press his actual face to call him. That was more than one step for me to get to the destination of what I wanted. Essentially, that's something that's been on my mind for quite some time, and I wanted to share this with you all because I think I've always been a person who was curious and always had questions about life and just philosophy and psychology and the way that the world works, the way that people are, the way that people think. And I'm at a place right now at the age of 30 where I'm so engrossed in like thought-provoking conversations and thought-provoking answers and thought-provoking space, honestly. Even with this podcast that I was watching with Chris Williamson and John Bellion, the title of it is The Art of an Authentic Comeback. And that alone is like, what a title, you know? And so that was one of the reasons that made me consider watching this. And like, things like this is what I desire at this point in my life, and things that provoke me and entice me to be better and to get better, to be wiser, to have more fun, to think more, challenge myself and challenge other people more, at least the people who are, you know, around me and that want to be around me. This is definitely what I wanted to talk about. Very briefly, I did not want to spend a lot of time because I think the potency of what the statement is itself is like, it's valuable enough. And so I just wanted to further elaborate on the statement and the idea and the concept of it. That's all I got for today. Y'all take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.